want to talk about today, man?
Today, I want to talk all about launching apps and how to grow them. So if you're new to the channel, Ryan and I, we've been building apps full-time for the past 4 years now. And one of my last videos I made, I basically talked about how we build apps. And it was more like an in-depth video, informational video vlog. And a lot of you guys seem to like it. So today, just want to talk about how to launch apps and how to grow them. So if you watched the last video, you know we already launched our startup Clova. And right now it's doing pretty well. It's getting a couple paying users every single day. And we're just trying to grow it more, right? But in this video, I mainly just want to share about how do we find like organic winning formats to grow our startup. And then I want to talk about how we use data to make decisions and also a couple experiments we ran that actually also tripled our conversions. Ryan, who's behind the camera already, the last time we talked, already have like a winning format he found that he was able to convert to a lot of different paying users to our platform. But the good thing is that we actually did it again. So my sister, who's working with us for the summer, she also just started a channel a month ago, and she already had a couple videos that performed really well. That was also like really good at like converting as well. So it's good to be able to do it again. And in this video, I'll also share both of Ryan's format and also talk to Erin, my sister, to also share her format as well. This video is more in-depth video. So what I would do is I'll also include timestamps in the video. So you can also skip around to different parts if you want. And for me, I do need to finish some work right now, so I'm gonna get to that, and I'll talk to you guys soon. What can happen is that feeling good, man.
Yes, sir.
Got the morning coffee, and Ryan and I just had a good meeting right now. We mainly just kind of went through our onboarding, our landing page, kind of go through the whole user journey to see what else we can improve on and run some different experiments. But I do also want to spend time right now to really talk about, I think, one of the most important first step, kind of the foundation of before you launch your apps. And it is that you need to know who you really want to target well. The reason being is that everything is actually built upon that. In our case with Clova is that we realized that most of the people that are paying and subscribing were actually business owners that don't want to hire a designer. So our whole landing page and all the content we make and all the platform we pick, right, when we launch our app is actually all based off on like small business owners or let's say agencies right now. And that's why with Clova, we ended up picking up Instagram, for our channel since most of them gather on there. And we kind of also look at like our website copy and actually all screams like towards like business owners or agencies since we want them to open it and instantly like think about it. But kind of how it works is that like with the app, you can just like generate a bunch of different assets by just chatting with our agent. Like all of this is generated, within Clova from the sidebar actually. So by simply like chatting with them, they're able to just like make a lot of different meta ads and different things like that. So I thought to also like give context about what we're building since that will also make a lot more sense for the rest of the video. What are you working on right now, man?
What up, bro? Just doing some video editing. Some new videos coming soon. But right now, what I'm also doing is kind of looking at different design trends. Because I think a common misconception that people have is that when you launch, it's kind of a one-time thing. What actually launching is kind of an iterative process, right? So you want to be able to launch again and again and again, because that's actually how you grow your company and grow your app. So something that we've done in the past, right, is like we've done a lot of these big Twitter launches, like Will's great on Twitter. But the thing about these launches is that it's very one-off. It's cool for making the big spike, but what you'll find happens is that it's gonna just come back down and kind of like flatline, and you can't really just keep doing these like viral Twitter launches. What you want is like something more repeatable, where you can just keep posting Instagram content, find a new like topic, and then post another one. So that's kind of the approach we've been taking with our current growth strategy.
You've been making some bangers, man. I still need that 100K video again, though.
Yeah, looking for that new next 100K one, but hopefully soon.
Like always, I'll include one of Ryan's video at the end of this segment. You can skip over it if people are curious to watch it to know the format.
Fire.
Why are products from the 90s and 2000s becoming popular again? It's not just to feel nostalgic. It's because every product had its own identity. Cameras, music players, and headphones weren't trying to feel familiar. They were designed to be different. Chrome surfaces, clear plastic, and physical controls. These devices made ordinary items feel collectible. Every object had personality, and that's what people miss. But here's the catch. All of this was made with AI inside Clova. And here's how to do it for your brand. First, paste in your website, and Clova extracts your brand's DNA. It figures out your colors, style, and visual direction. Then you can ask it for product shots, ads, graphics, as many variations as you need, all with the same style. Comment brand, and I'll send you a link to the tool.
One thing Ryan and I have been doing since we started our startup journey, I guess, a big difference is that now we are always looking at data so much, like really making like data-driven approaches. And it is pretty crazy right now. So Ryan obviously made content, you guys know about it already. But like I said at the beginning of the video, my sister Erin just started making content. And I just realized that really not all views are equal because her content actually converts way harder than yours, right?
Yeah, dude.
So that's something we're also kind of like experimenting, is that what are other formats that can convert higher? But I also want to talk about like the two type of formats you kind of usually see on like these like launch formats, these growth formats, right? The first one is that kind of what Ryan and Erin, my sister, they both do is very strong intent. So after they watch a video, they want to make the same thing and you make them comment. So when you comment, then we have something that automatically DMs them, right? A link to Clover. So you can also see like the conversion, and then that's also very high intent. So you can kind of base on like how many comments, you know how many people are coming to the site and such. But the second type is actually more different. It's like more traditional UGC. So it's more like, let's say, a reaction video of this app. And you don't really mention the app, but that causes people to start searching for it. But you will see with every single type of content, like when you're launching on every single platform though, is that the intent is the most important thing. Because both of them all follow like the same principle, is that they want an intent of you like wanting to do the same action. Because if you just post something entertaining, that doesn't necessarily mean it's going to convert. Let's say these vlogs are more entertaining, right? I kind of just do it for the love of the game, right? Just to share about the journey to y'all. So just looking at more of the data right now, which later on I'll also share about how we look at data to make data-driven approaches like I talked about. And I'll also probably interview Erin later when she gets to the office. So she can also show her content format. You know, the truth is that launching your app and getting like top of funnel people coming in is really only like part of it, right? I think the biggest mistake I made, which I also wish I did earlier more, was that to look at the data more. Because how I kind of think about building like a successful app, you break it down into 3 parts. So obviously you have top of funnel of people coming in, which is launching your app over and over again. But the second thing obviously is to iterate with your users. So you want to be able to get data by talking to your users or looking at like data you have tracked to be able to improve your app. And the third thing, which also requires a lot of data, is to run like drastic experiments, which I'll also share a couple of them later on in this video. One we actually ran that increased our like conversion by like 3x. And to track analytics, most of the founders I know, including myself, we all use Posthog actually. So Posthog is what I use to track all my analytics. It's pretty simple and straightforward. And a really cool thing that what it has right now is that you can simply just chat with the AI agent within Posthog. But a new feature they added is that you can just chat with the Slack agent now too. And it can actually build graphs for you, create funnels, and you can chat with your data. You can link it to your code base to make sure like everything's correct. And in the early stage, you know, with Posthog, I'm chatting with the agent all the time. What I really focus on is number one, retention. Are people coming back to the app? Are they sticking? Are they sticking to the app, right? And also really looking through the funnel. So most of my dashboards where I make on Posthog is actually both of these graphs that I have. But I do want to mention that Posthog is the sponsor for this video. But like always, I'll never take a sponsor if I don't actually use the application. And Posthog has been an application I've been using since way before they sponsor me. And I love working with them.
What are you working on right now, Erin?
I'm working on the new guide.
So what's like the difference between the old flow and this new flow right here? What's the difference?
So the old guide, it was just like a Notion doc people click into, but this new guide is a lot more interactive. So you can see here, you go straight to your canvas. This is already in Clover. You drop in a logo, you interact with it, and you can create your own brand based off of my assets.
And you've been making content for a month. It's been ripping already, huh? How you feeling about it? What even is your content? You got to tell the people.
I have all these like ideas of brands I really like. So basically just dream up brands using Clover and then post it, and then it's really fun.
So these are the pages, huh? So
Yes,
we can
this
see.
one's my favorite.
Is it because it got the most views, or is it because you actually like the concept the most? After this segment, I'll also include the content that Erin makes on her page, so you guys also see the format that has been working. So I'm gonna play that segment right now.
If I open a matcha shop today, here's how I do it. I call it Kumoya. And right now, everyone's opening the same matcha shop. Clean girl aesthetic, superfood, everything, all racing to hand whisk the greenest, grassiest powder. But I ignored all of that. At Kumoya, my matcha is just the base. What you're really here for is a cloud phone on top, so I built the whole shop around it. There's a board on the wall, and it changes daily. Today's forecast: lavender haze, blueberry blue sky, yuzu sunrise. You don't just order a drink, you pick your weather. Then once a month, a storm warning rolls through. Charcoal thunder, a black sesame sea salt foam, and when the weather clears up, it's gone. And here's what makes this whole thing work. The matcha was never what really set us apart. It's the little cloud guys holding a whisk, the cloud-shaped ice cube melting into the matcha, the cup people post before they even take a sip. And the best part is, I built all of it. The cloud, the forecast menu, the merch, the posters, all in one afternoon in Clova. The drink starts as matcha, but the brand starts at the foam. Comment Cloud, and I'll send you the guide to build your own.
So what are you working on, bro?
I'm in the thinking hole right now, man.
The thinking hole.
Yeah, I'm trying to find more formats that can grow us quicker. But, we're getting paying users every day, and a couple of them actually. So it's going good. Like, our churn's not high at all either. So I know the app will grow, but obviously always trying to grow faster. So I'm trying to find new formats, or even like looking at different growth channels, maybe with ads or different things like that. Put some money into it, right? Since we're starting to get more validation about the apps. And the past 2 months, since we have found like formats that have been working, so we just kind of been rocking with that. But while I'm in this thinking hole of like trying new things, I know it's gonna be painful because a lot of mistakes will happen and a lot of learnings will happen. I also want to share that like if you're just like launching an app and doing growth for the first time, like don't be too hard on yourself. Because you remember, Ryan, it actually took us 2 to 3 months to find our first winning format, right?
Yeah,
in
it
the
took a
beginning.
long time.
Yeah, and that's also included where Ryan and I already been making social content for like the longest time, like YouTube videos. The key thing in the beginning too, as well, is to not to put too much pressure on yourself and just try to post things out there to like get data. We kind of had this rule where each of us have to post like one video every at least other day, even if we don't think it's good enough in the beginning. And it is pretty brutal in the beginning to get it going. But once you get it going, if it's repeatable, then everything becomes a lot easier, but you still always run into the next thing, right? Like, how can you grow faster? Got some new experiments written up.
Let's go.
Yeah, just discussed them with Ryan. I feel pretty bullish about it. I think what a lot of times people do is that they run like very small experiments. And those things aren't actually going to move the needle. When we run these things, especially in the early stage, we're making like pretty drastic changes, right? Like changing the color of your website or adding a little banner is not going to make a difference, You gotta do like a drastic change. And in the past, one experiment that actually like kind of 3x our conversion, what we did is that we actually changed how much free credit we gave. Originally, we were giving away 30 credits, so that gives them about 2 prompts. One day I woke up, I want to run this experiment, so I made it actually 500 credits, so you can actually try it with about like 30 prompts. And what we noticed is 2 things. The first thing is that obviously we converted more paying users, but the user quality also went up. When people can only try 2 times and then purchase something, it's probably a rash purchase, right? When they can try like 30 times, that's when they really have built conviction on if they will actually use this app, since it's such like a brand new experience too. So got a couple more experiments, more to run. A lot of them usually fail, but when it works, the rewards are also really good. And in this early phase, you just really gotta try everything and see what happens. Always trying to grow more, man.
Yeah, dude.
Need more channels. For me now, the next step of the journey is kind of like uncharted, I guess, water, right, Ryan? Is that the right way to say it? Is that I think we're going to do some more paid growth now too, right? Since we already found some organic ways, but I have a lot of conviction on this idea right now. And I think there's no point of not swinging big. We're going to swing for the fences. So I'm going to try a lot of different like UGC with different creators and probably some paid ads as well. Pretty nervous since we're going to be spending some money trying to scale try to scale different things up, find more channels, more methods. Going to swing hard, And like always, I obviously always document the whole journey on YouTube, the good and the bad. So we'll share everything. So if you want to learn more about the journey, subscribe to find out what happens next. I'll see you guys in the next one. Hopefully learn something good from this video. Bye.